YouTube, onto my YouTube channel and at Bella. Today I'm going to be reviewing Downton Abbey, New Era, the movie. Let's get into it. 4 points before I get into this review. 1, Downton Abbey is based off a TV series, so it has a cult following, which means that the people going to see this movie already are invested in these characters. There's some characters they like, some they don't like, from both upstairs and downstairs. Doesn't matter, they will follow it. Second point, this is a period drama, so it can afford to have a slow burn because the pacing can naturally be slow because you're already invested. It's also got nostalgia factor. Third point, Hugh Darcy. Just going to leave that there, Hugh Darcy. My fourth point is this film is about the history of British filmmaking, going from the silent era into the talkies. So Charlie Chaplin gets a mention, and it also picks up on the fact that a lot of working class people in the silent era could get away with not speaking, so their working class accent wasn't important, and this is when received pronunciation becomes really important, hence why West End and Broadway actors got more work out of it, because they felt that the films didn't include them, whereas as soon as you move into the talkies you have to have theatre training to be able to do it, because you've got to be able to project your voice on the stage. Not so much now because we've gone for naturalism in our films, but in the early days you did have to project because the sound quality wasn't as good at picking up the sound, and that's an important point because theatrecraft then became stagecraft on films. There are slightly different gestures because it used to be all about the gestures and Laurence Olivier and all this gesturing. But it also became about pace and tone and pitch, which was something completely alien to the filming world because it was seen as a separate thing. Sound and picture were two separate things, and that's very interesting. But enough of film history. Was the plot good? There are spoilers. It's basically, again, about the Dowager Countess and her love life. We've had her previous dalliance with the Russian prince. This time it was a member of the French aristocracy, leaving her a villa. And it really does set up the fact of what makes a happy marriage, because we know that Mary's second marriage is not as fulfilling as her first, hence why her husband is not in this film. It was nice to see Tom get married. That was really nice to see that rounded off, but it also, I felt that his Irishness has been downplayed deliberately by the plot. Also, I didn't like the way a lower class actress's accent was dealt with. The fact that it sounded awful, and people don't like working class British accents, but this particular hit hard because she was a Cockney, and it did have flashbacks to me of when Adele went over to the Grammys to collect her awards, and the Americans couldn't understand her because of her Cockney accent. Such a shame. That grated. But then again, this is an upstairs downstairs film, and they're always going to have that grate. But the fact that they got working class maids to talk sense to this working class actress also grated. Yeah, there were things going forward in this. Social class is a big thing in Downton Abbey New Era, as it has always been. But overall, it is respectful, but is it respectful? It also has a theme of how we are going to deal with the death of Queen Elizabeth II, which is very much how the Dowager Duchess of Grantham has been portrayed, and it was interesting going forward. This film felt very much like closure of finishing off Downton Abbey. They could pick it up and go somewhere, they've left enough, but actually it feels very closed, and it was quite sad for Thomas Barrow, who got the offer of a relationship but ended up coming back because, again, it was abusive. Overall, out of 5, I would give this a 4. It had enough plot, had enough interest. There was the villa bit, there was the filming bit, there were flip-flopping from Britain to France, France to Britain. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more scenery than we did, but then again, COVID, so again, it's basically a film where people sit around tables or people sit in a living room, because we haven't got TV yet, radio isn't really a big thing yet, so it's basically the development of moving pictures, because what is really important, when the Second World War does drop, people went to the movies to watch the news. They could get it on the radio, they could get it in the newspaper, But to get to see the news on pictures, you'd have to go to the theatre, the movie picture theatre, I mean. People didn't have TVs in Britain until the 1960s, and that's an important point. So British film development is important. So just for that, 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I felt that Lady Mary was actually given quite a lot to do. I felt that Edith was respected and given quite a lot to do. I felt Tom, yes, he's happy now and he's settled, but I also felt that it downplayed his Irishness, as it tends to do because of social class reasons, I guess. 4 out of 5, definitely. Do check it out if you're a fan. I would definitely recommend you go and seeing it, purely for closure and nostalgia reasons. That's my review. I hope you enjoyed my review of Downton Abbey New Era, the movie. Please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. Stay safe wherever you are, and thanks for the support. Bye!